Hey guys, happy quarantine. This is my first DVD and Blu-ray update in about 8 years, so very much long overdue, but hope this makes up for it. Depending on how long the quarantine will last, there'll be plenty more of these in the future, as no one has anything to do with their lives, or at least the majority of us do anyway. But yeah, the first DVD I've got is a 3-pack containing Bridge Too Far, Longest Day and Patton. All spectacular movies. In my opinion, Patton ran a little too long for a character study, in my opinion. But Longest Day is a fantastic movie about the D-Day invasion, probably the best movie of all time about the D-Day invasion. And A Bridge Too Far is a fantastic movie about the Operation Market Garden and how it all went wrong. And yeah, it's just a fantastic set of movies to pick up. The next one is Al Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. This is the iconic films released by Warner Brothers. Fantastic movie. This is one of the few films to feature John Cazale, I think he's called. He was also in Godfather Part 2, I believe, and he might have been in Part 1 actually, but this guy here, very underrated actor, not in very many films, but this is one of the films that he did do a co-lead in, kind of thing. Basically Al Pacino and him rob a bank, based on a true story. Just very gripping, very intense movie. Definitely would recommend this one. Next is Tora, Tora, Tora. This is about the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor during World War II, and it is, I think it came out in 1970. Guys, if you have a preference, do not watch the Pearl Harbor. I know many people have already seen that, but this one is so much more better than that film. That piece of shit, in my opinion. Has a great cast and as the Japanese segments, and it just basically contrasts with the American segments. Japanese talking actors in this as well, under Japanese direction from Japanese directors as well. But yeah, pretty good movie. I would definitely recommend it over the Pearl Harbor movie that came out in 2001. Next is Das Boot, which is a German film about a German U-boat, and this is the 4-hour plus version. I would definitely recommend that over the shortened version. This one came out, it was sort of like a made-for-TV movie in 2 parts, and I would just definitely recommend the longer version over the shorter version, as the shorter version cuts out a lot of the dialogue. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie. Just such a great film to watch in general. Great claustrophobic atmosphere, so you're actually on the U-boat with the people. Just fantastic direction and fantastic acting, to be honest, by the German actors. The next one is Sweet 16. Basically, I picked this one up because 88 Films were having a sale on all of the DVDs and Blu-rays for Easter, and I just picked this one up to add to the slasher collection. I literally have not seen this one, but yeah, I'm looking forward to check that one out. Next one is Bad Taste, iconic bad film by Peter Jackson. This one was intended to be bad. A lot of people don't really understand that, but yeah, when I picked this one up in CEX, the woman kind of gave me a really strange look, as if to say, why are you buying this piece of shit? Because it's a cult classic, you bitch. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it is a pretty funny film, to say how bad it is. Coming up to the last of the DVDs now. This one's Game of Death. If you haven't seen Game of Death, I would definitely recommend it. It's when, basically, Bruce Lee's last film he starred in. He was filming this basically just right before his mysterious death, and they sort of completed it with using an actor that looks nothing like him, and to disguise that fact he basically wears sunglasses throughout the entire film to sort of like cover up the fact that it's not Bruce Lee. But yeah, definitely amazing film. This is from the now defunct Hong Kong label. They did come out with a sequel to this, which is supposed to be pretty wacky as well, which I'm definitely going to check out. Armour of God. fantastic Jackie Chan movie. The dubbing in this is hilariously shit, but I would definitely recommend it. It's sort of like an Indiana Jones sort of vibe to it. Definitely recommend that one. And now on to the Blu-rays. The first one is Drunken Lust. This is the Eureka Cinema release 2-disc. This one isn't really my favourite Jackie Chan film. I know it's pretty much up there with Jackie Chan's best works, but for me it just didn't really do it. It was just a little too silly, a little too over the top, and yeah, it's not the Jackie Chan film I would recommend to people just starting out with his films. Next is Natural Born Killers, still in the shrink wrap. I haven't actually seen this film, but it caught my eye because of Woody Harrelson, Robert Downey Jr. is in this, and also it was produced by Tarantino, so that kind of drew my attention to it. Plus it's supposed to be pretty gory and pretty brutal, so why not? Next is a horrendous film by Lucio Fulci, Cat in the Brain. Terrible, terrible movie. Most of this film is made up of clips from Fulci's previous work, and the rest of it is just Fulci walking around his own home for about an hour, 20 minutes. Only pick it up if you're a hardcore Fulci fan. Unfortunately, I've got the Blu-ray, so I probably won't watch that again. Demons. This is the Arrow video release. To be honest with you, I never saw Demons before picking this up, and to be fair, it's not one of my all-time favourite horror movies of all time. Having watched it, it's basically about a group of guys that go to the cinema and they get locked in, and basically the movie they're watching is about possession and shit, and they become the product of that in their own cinema. Well, in the cinema, but yeah, not one of my favourite Italian horror movies of all time, but still quite a fun watch. Next is, oh shit, a movie I've always wanted to pick up, and it is Schlock on Arrow Video. This one I was even waiting to watch before Arrow released it, and I was just waiting for that a company to come out with the special treatment. Arrow thankfully did that. Great John Landis movie about a guy in an ape costume just walking around terrorising a city. But yeah, definitely would recommend this one. Next is one I haven't seen, The Conformist. It's supposed to be pretty damn good it's pretty damn good, so I've heard. But yeah, I don't really know too much about it, but it's Arrow Academy release, so it should be pretty good. And the last one is American Hustle. Bought this for £1 at Poundland for, I think it was like 8 years ago now. Only just got around to watching it. Comes in a slipcase. Not really a big fan of this movie. Christian Bale basically put on a load of weight for this movie, ate a whole bunch of Twinkies. Jeremy Renner does a pretty good job in this. Bradley Cooper annoyed me in this, and so did Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence just completely rubbish acting in this movie, in my opinion. But yeah, that was my DVD and Blu-ray update for the quarantine period that we're currently in. And so please like, comment, subscribe. Should have more of these coming soon. But for now, stay tuned for more videos.